Bill O'Reilly here, Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. President Biden speaking at a town hall in Ohio last night. Latest polls show Vice President Harris unpopular with most voters. Liz Cheney tears into Republican House Leader Kevin McCarthy. Life expectancy in the USA dropping at the fastest rate since World War II. Ratings for NBC's Today Show, a disaster. Also, did Joe Biden say anything meaningful last night? Well, he spoke to an all-vaxxed audience in Cincinnati, didn't really focus on anything new other than he believes little kids in school this coming fall should wear COVID masks. And he said he's proud of his son, Hunter. I'll have more analysis on that coming up. New survey from Morning Consult says more Americans have a negative perception of the vice president than those who support her. Just 45% have a favorable view of Kamala Harris compared to 47% who dislike the Democrat. Similar poll from Trafalgar says 6 in 10 Americans have little confidence in the vice president. Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney targeting House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy over his handling of the January 6th committee, which is supposed to investigate what happened at the Capitol. Ms. Cheney calling Mr. McCarthy's actions despicable and disgraceful. McCarthy pulled Republicans from the investigative panel after Nancy Pelosi blocked 2 of his choices. Ms. Cheney facing a primary challenge in Wyoming from 6 of the Republicans. I believe she will lose. Life expectancy in America plunging last year, the largest one-year drop since the Second World War. COVID causing the average lifespan to decrease by 18 months. The disease responsible for 90% of the decline in life expectancy among Hispanic Americans compared to 68% for whites, almost 60% for blacks. One of the most famous TV morning shows of all time, The Today Show, hemorrhaging viewers because NBC has tilted sharply to the left and traditional people are no longer watching. In a moment, it was tough sitting through the Biden town hall last night. I'll tell you about it next. You could be paying a lot less for your home every month. This is really a true statement because there are loan programs out there with rates in the 2s. But that's not going to stay forever. So you have to take action now. Please call American Financing. Take advantage of a free, no-obligation mortgage review and be one step closer to hundreds, maybe even $1,000 in monthly savings. I mean that. There is more to a refinance than just a lower rate, which is why American Financing reviews your entire financial picture. And you can pre-qualify right now by calling 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334 and MLSConsumerAccess.org. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. 1 hour and 20 minutes. That was how long President Biden was on the air last night from Cincinnati. 80 long minutes. The one soundbite that caught my attention was on jobs.
We created more jobs in the first 6 months of our administration than any time in American history. No administration has ever created as many jobs.
Now, that statement is downright misleading, but no one would know it unless you guys have a staff like mine. So President Biden is basing his job analysis that he's created more jobs than any other president in the first 6 months. He's basing that on an April 2020 baseline when America shut down because of COVID. He starts there and then takes credit for jobs that have come back since his inauguration. Well, that's baloney. It's not honest. More than 22 million jobs were lost in the USA because of COVID. 22 million. Most of those jobs are coming back. And that began in January when he took office. So this is sleight of hand. He's basically saying, well, I'm going to go back to the lowest point of the shutdown in COVID, start there, and then any job increase I'm going to take credit for. But again, no one would know that because you have to look at the data, you have to analyze it. This is what politics are all about these days, misleading you, the American voter. He doesn't have to do that. All he has to do is say, hey, I'm presiding over a robust job growth. But no, he's got to say, I'm the best. Nobody's ever done this. Yeah, because nobody ever had COVID before and the shutdown of an economy before. So, as Joe might say, come on, man. This is no joke. I'm not being facetious. I'm a bit outraged about all of this subterfuge, and it happens on the right. It happens in the Republican Party, too. Let's cut the propaganda, but we can't cut it because the reporting is propaganda, too. So you, the honest American who wants information in order to base decisions on it to protect your family and everything else, you can't get it. This is an outrage. The other thing that President Biden said last night is that he's proud of his son, Hunter. That's a pretty shocking statement. Yeah, it looks like Hunter Biden has come back from addiction, but he's a grifter. And I think you'll see that proved in the months to come. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. For more honest news analysis, please go to BillO'Reilly.com. Please check out my new book, Killing the Mob. Great weekend read. In a moment, something you might not know. Are you looking for your next investment? Bill O'Reilly here. There are 7 reasons to look at the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund. Monthly cash flow payouts of 10% annualized. Bonuses to 21% targeted. They strategically locate in lower risk, high demand areas people want to move to. New construction is short on supply. Real estate affords diversification and safety from stock market risk. Their short and long-term strategy provides for steady returns right now. NRIA is an industry leader with a 15-year proven track record. So, if you've been sitting on the sidelines or want to diversify, start your due diligence at nria.net. Or you can call 800-800-1414. That's easy. 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Americans routinely rank the sitcom as their favorite form of TV entertainment. Short for situational comedy, the genre dates back to the 1950s. Most historians credit I Love Lucy with establishing the format. A cast of characters return each week. Someone sets up a premise, another tells a joke, the punchlines fly, the audience laughs. That's what sitcoms do. Now, here are the funniest sitcoms of all time ranked by Rolling Stone magazine. First up, The Honeymooners. The show aired on CBS for just 2 years. It was live, featuring volatile bus driver Ralph Cramden, played by the genius Jackie Gleason, and his feisty wife Alice, played by Audrey Meadows. Their life inside a Brooklyn tenement apartment was the center of the sitcom. Next, the Mary Tyler Moore Show, an adult single woman in Minneapolis, is going to make it after all. Great show, stellar performers. MASH comes in next. The program spent 11 seasons covering the Korean War, a conflict that lasted a fraction of that time. Show's a bit cloying and preachy. The movie by Robert Altman was better than the TV show. Next up, a tie between All in the Family and I Love Lucy. Both programs defied convention, covered topics including race, interracial marriage, unemployment, and partisan politics. Number 3, Seinfeld, described as a show about nothing. The main characters essentially sit around and chat. 3 episodes in the series actually dealt with Jerry and his crew waiting for Chinese food. 3 episodes. But there was brilliant writing on Seinfeld. Second place, Cheers. Unlike previous sitcoms, Cheers focused on an ensemble cast featuring Ted Danson, Kelsey Grammer, Woody Harrelson, George Wendt. It remains one of the most popular syndicated shows in history. The top spot, according to Rolling Stone, goes to The Simpsons, first broadcast in 1989. The cartoon has been on the air for 32 years. Wow. I'm not a Simpson fan, but I recognize the creativity. Back after this. To mark 20 years since 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is giving 200 mortgage-free homes to America's heroes and their families. What a great gesture. And in a moving tribute, the foundation CEO, Frank Siller, will spend August to September 11th walking from the Pentagon to Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and then on to Ground Zero. Thanks to your support, the Towers of Light are to return to the sky at the Pentagon and the Shanksville memorials. On September 12th, those lost to 9/11 related illness will be honored. And on Veterans Day, those lost to the War on Terror are having their names read aloud. Both events are happening for the first time. So please honor our vow to continue to never forget, to do good, and please act now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T, the number 2, T.org. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.